Hello, this is DracoFlame67, and welcome back to the Tales of Symphonia Boss Tour Remastered. This time, we're going to be fighting the Sword Dancer, the first optional boss of the game. This guy, he is inside the cave in Osa Trail. He will stay there until a certain point in the game where you will. Okay. Well, Hello, this is DracoFlame67, and welcome back to the Tales of Symphonia Boss Tour Remastered. This is a very special episode because this is an optional boss, the Sword Dancer, the first of his kind. You can fight him as soon as you can go inside the Osa Trail mine, where Sheena had run out of to fight us. If you go in there, at the end of that mine is this Sword Dancer, and you can fight him up until the point where you leave Silverant and go to Tefeala for the first time. If you reach that point, this boss will not be available, and you won't be able to fight the later iterations of him either. So we need to make sure to fight him at some point before we go to the Tower of Salvation for the first time. Now, in my original boss tour video for this boss, I waited until near the very end of when you would be able to fight them, because on the route that I recommend for first-time players, there's a reason to come back to the Osa Trail, and you might as well fight him then. And by that point, your party is a lot stronger. Raine knows Photon, and you'll notice that the Sword Dancer is weak to light. There's little reason to take him on immediately, and for a first-time player, probably not a good idea to fight him right away. You're probably better off holding off and coming back. But it is more than possible to defeat him as soon as you can fight him. Well, almost as soon as you can fight him. And I will be showing that in this video. I'm going to be fighting the Sword Dancer as soon as possible with a level 12 party. And even on normal mode, it's going to be a challenge, but on top of the weakness to light, this version of the Sword Dancer doesn't know any magic. All of his attacks are physical, and they're all short range. So the only characters in danger are going to be the ones running up close to him. So ideally, you have one character, probably Lloyd, in their face to keep him away from everyone else. So, in a way, this is just a much beefier version of Exbellua. Plus, you have a healer. Plus, you have an elemental weakness you can exploit. And we will be taking advantage of many things in order to be able to defeat the Sword Dancer right away. And I will see you in the normal mode fight. Alright, so this is the normal mode file, and I'm about to fight Sword Dancer 1, and I have a party of Lloyd, Colette, Genus, and Prophets. Raine learns Photon at level 18, and until she gets Photon, there's little reason to bring her into the party. However, we do have a means of taking advantage of the Sword Dancer's weakness. to light. Because Angel Feathers is a light spell. And Colette learned it automatically when we released the Seal of Fire and got her wings. So, the strategy for this fight, we're going to have Colette on long-range magic, Genis also on long-range magic. Since he only knows level 1 spells, his casting isn't going to interfere with Colette's, so he can cast as well. And I'm also going to have Kratos on long-range magic as well. Now, as far as their techs are concerned, Genis, I only want him casting Windblade, Stone Blast, or Icicle. Aqua Edge and Fireball, they have travel time, right? They don't hit the enemy immediately. Windblade, Stone Blast, and Icicle all do. I've also disabled Lightning because it's only a single hit, and if it doesn't stun, then there's less time, then it doesn't have as much time to combo. So Windblade, Stone Blast, and Icicle are the spells of choice here. And for Kratos, I've disabled Fireball, but I'm also allowing him to use Lightning, because he doesn't have as many options. Windblade and Stone Blast. Actually no, change that. Since Lightning costs more TP, and I'd rather him using Windblade or Stone Blast, I'm going to disable Lightning on Kratos as well. And now, I can also talk a little bit about X skills here, because up until this point, you can get 2 level 1 X gems, and now is as good a time as any to set those extra level 1 X gems, because there are some X skills that are actually fairly useful for this fight. I've put 1 level 1, 1 extra level 1 on Colette, and 1 extra level 1 on Genis. Because Colette, if she has Strong and Taunt, they combine to make Regenerate. So she will recover health and TP during battle if she takes no action for a while. So if she's on hold position, she will just gradually refill her HP and TP. Angel Feathers is a fairly expensive spell at this point in the game, and while she has 110 TP right now, Angel Feathers cost 20, so she's able to cast Angel Feathers 5 times before she has to stop. Once she does stop, I'm going to change Colette's strat to hold position, and because of Regenerate, her TP is going to slowly fill back up. And once she gets up to 20, she can cast Angel Feathers again. And I have Angel Feathers set as a shortcut to be able to cast Angel Feathers while she's on hold position. Genis' X skill, on the other hand, if he combines Magical and Tough, he gets Magic Boost. So occasionally, his spells will do a little more damage. Every little bit helps. And one last thing to take note of is once you leave the Osa Trail, after the fight with the clumsy assassin, we gain access to unison attacks. When I spent a few fights getting the unison gauge completely full, so that I have that available to me for the Sword Dancer fight. And how unison attacks works is, after you initiate the attack, each character gets a chance to use one move. These moves don't cost any TP, which means that you can get off of free Angel Feathers. And if 2 characters use compatible moves, they will be able to use you'll be able to have a 5th compound unison attack. So a combination of two moves that make a stronger one to finish the unison attack off. And I already know that Lightning and Tiger Blade create Lightning Tiger Blade, and that's a fairly decent compound unison attack for this early in the game. And I've put both of those on up. So, and I've also put Angel Feathers on up. And Kratos can use Sonic Thrust on up because it does a bit more damage than Demon Fang. And if you have 3 spells, some issues happen if you use 3 spells in a single unison attack. So I have Kratos using Sonic Thrust instead. So this will maximize our damage. Lightning and Tiger Blade make Lightning Tiger Blade. Colette gets an extra Angel Feathers off, and Kratos can use Sonic Thrust. They're all on the same direction, so all I have to do is hold up and press all 4 buttons in order to hit the Sword Dancer with all 4 moves and Lightning Tiger Blade at the end. And as for Tex, just one thing to keep in mind is, like Exbelua, he's big, he's slow, but his close range attacks do hit really hard, and you want to keep him away from the casters. So, well, Lloyd doesn't know Beast yet, but Sonic Thrust is okay at this. It will push him away, it will push the Sword Dancer away a little, so until the Sword Dancer's in the corner, I'm going to be using Sonic Thrust. And I think that's all for strategy. So I will see you in the battle.
This is a dangerous situation.
No way! Fireball!
Take this! Fireball!
Angel Feathers! Found a weakness! Fireball!
Don't overdo it. First aid!
Get him! Fireball!
Take this!
Angel
Fireball!
Feathers!
Take this! Fireball!
I beg of thee to reveal thy glory.
Take
Angel
this!
Feathers!
Fireball!
Tempest!
You okay? Get them! Fireball!
Don't overdo it. First aid!
No way!
I beg of thee to reveal thy glory. Fireball! Angel Feathers!
Don't overdo it. First aid!
Tempest!
Get him! Fireball!
Take this!
I
Fireball!
beg
No
of
way.
thee to reveal thy glory. Get him! Angel Feathers! Fireball!
Sonic Thrust!
Don't overdo it. First aid!
No way!
Get him!
Don't overdo it.
To reveal thy
First
glory.
aid!
Tempest!
Angel Feathers! Get him! Fireball!
Take this! Fireball!
Tempest!
I beg of thee to reveal thy
Take
glory.
this!
Angel
Fireball!
Feathers!
Tempest!
Get him! Fireball!
Tiger!
Kratos already did himself.
I beg of thee to reveal thy glory. Angel Feathers!
Tempest!
Take this! Fireball!
Hell Hammer! Get him!
Take this! Fireball!
I beg of thee to reveal thy glory.
Take this!
Angel feathers!
Fireball!
Ha! Ha! Take! Tempest!
Item units watch yourself.
Here!
Take this! Fireball!
Ha! Ha!
I
Take!
beg
Here
of
we
thee to
go!
reveal thy glory. Lightning!
Tiger Blade!
Sonic Thrust!
Angel feathers! Go!
Lightning Tiger Blade! That was just warming up.
Holy smokes. That was Sword Dancer 1 at level 12 without anyone dying. That was an exceptionally hard fight. And you know what? This is on normal mode. And because of inherited text, I don't know whether this fight or the Mania Mode fight is going to be more difficult. I might have an easier time on Mania. But, even so, look at that. You don't need Photon. You don't need characters in the level 20s. All you need is Angel Feathers, Fireballs, and a lot of orange gels. I'll see you with the Mania Mode fight. All right, so this is the Mania Mode file. Now, if you haven't seen that sequence break video, I recommend you do, because I showed that it was possible to, or at least I think it's possible. I still haven't actually left for Palma Costa yet. To get a silver sword and kitchen mittens from Asgard. Well, you can buy a steel sword in Lewin, and then go to Asgard and craft a silver sword, as well as buy some kitchen mittens without locking yourself onto the hard path. And an important part about the silver sword is that it does extra damage to undead. The Sword Dancer is undead, so I will be using Kratos as the melee character here instead of Lloyd. Now, if it wasn't possible to sequence break like that, I would I'd have Lloyd on point and take advantage of Beast to knock it away like I have with Expelua. But since I got the Silver Sword, I'm going to be leading with Kratos and using air combos and Supersonic Thrust. While it's not Beast, it does still do a huge amount of knockback. Lloyd is instead going to be range support. His T-type upgrades to Demon Fang are double Demon Fang and then Demonic Chaos, which are stronger ranged options. So I have double Demon Fang on left trigger, and I have Lloyd set to hold position because right now his X skill setup, Dodge and Spirit give us Relax. Actually, I'll put on Technical too. Dodge and Spirit give us Relax, so if he's on hold position, after a while, Relax will give him a little bit of TP. Not a lot, but it helps. So double Demon Fang can help with stunning. And I've also brought Raine in because since I've inherited Tex, Raine has access to Photon. It's a light spell. It does a huge amount of stun. Works wonders against this boss. I still have Colette casting Angel Feathers, but this time they're going to come out more frequently because of the because of the X skill Angel Song, which is what Colette has in place of Speed Cast. so her angel spells will come out faster with it. Meanwhile, Raine also has speed cast for Photon, and then as well as, you know what? Happiness I don't like for this particular run because I want my Mania Mode levels to be no higher than my normal mode. But Neutralizer and Happiness together give us Lucky Magic, and that will mean that occasionally her spells won't cost any TP. And then I'll still have Item Pro for less cooldown on items and speed cast as well. Kratos still has Aerial Spell, except instead of Stone Blast, I'm going to use Fireball, because Fireball sends them away a little, and if you saw the normal mode fight, Fireball is probably the best spell to use against the Sword Dancer in particular. As for U attacks, because I've inherited Techs, and because in U attacks, Techs don't cost any TP, we can make a really, really strong unison attack. And I'm going to use down because I don't need Kratos to use down for anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the full max light damage. Kratos is going to have Guardian Field on down, which is a light attack. Colette, I'm going to have her use instead of Angel Feathers, I'm going to use the much more powerful Grand Cross. Raine, I'm going to be putting on Holy Lance. In fact, I'm just going to put Holy Lance on everything for now. And because, and on down, I'm just going to give Void something really, really strong that does not combine with Holy Lance. I'm going to give him Beast Sword Rain, which also helps with our hit count. Okay.
Don't let up.
We need to pull back. Retreat!
It looks really strong.
Leave it to me.
Here.
Double Demon Fang.
I beg of thee to reveal thy glory. Angel Feathers!
Will work.
Found a weakness! Light! Photon! Are you okay? I beg of thee to reveal thy glory. Angel Feathers!
Leave it to me. Double Demon Fang.
Light! Photon!
Will work.
Leave it to
Are
me.
you okay?
Double
Feel
Demon
thy
Fang.
glory.
You okay?
Angel Feathers!
Will work.
Are you okay? First aid!
Will work.
I beg of thee to
Are you
reveal thy
okay?
glory. First aid! Angel Feathers!
Supersonic thrust.
Are you okay? First aid!
Leave it to me.
I
Double
Tiger
demon
Beach, reveal thy glory. Are you okay? Angel feathers. First aid. Are you okay? First aid. Tiger Beach, reveal thy glory. Angel feathers. Are you okay? First aid.
Light spear. Demon fang.
Leave it to me. Double demon fang.
Tiger Beach,
Follow me.
reveal thy glory.
Beast, sword rain.
Guardian field.
Holy lance. Red cross. Lloyd. A moment of demise. Here.
Won't work.
Okay, you have.
You okay?
Right.
Leave it to me.
Tiger Beach, reveal thy glory.
Double demon fang.
There we go.
Enemies deserve no mercy.
That was Sword Dancer 1 on Mania at level 12, but with a with the silver sword and inherited text to make unison attack really, really strong, and Photon and supersonic thrust. That was the fight on Mania. Honestly, about as difficult as the one on normal. Actually, no, it was actually I think it was easier on Mania because of all of the inherited texts and having the safety net of long-range mode to get Silver Sword early, and the Silver Sword really getting higher damage. Yeah, so on normal mode, on the first time playing through the game, I would definitely wait until Raine has Photon. But I still showed it was possible without it, and I also showed that on higher difficulties, if you have it, and you have inherited texts, it's doable without any deaths even on Mania. I'll see you at the next Tales of Symphonia Boss Tour Remastered.